guys, what's up, what's going on? My name is Britt and this is the Banana Diaries. So today I have a very special recipe that I'm going to show you how to make. It is this vegan eggnog cake made as a Christmas cake. It is completely vegan, entirely dairy-free, eggless, and so good. Nobody will know. I love it. So before we begin, just make sure that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Line those cake pans and let's get started. Alright, so we're going to roll up our sleeves here and get to making this cake. To a large bowl, we're going to be adding in 3½ cups of sifted flour. You can use all-purpose or gluten-free 1-to-1 baking flour here. So into the bowl. Then we're going to add in a cup of granulated sugar or coconut sugar. Now because we're going to be making these cakes fun colors, I recommend sticking with granulated sugar if you want the colors to come out pure. Otherwise you can use coconut sugar for refined sugar-free, but little caveat here, it will turn the colors more of a tannish brown color, so just keep that in mind when making this. But we're going to add this to our flour mixture, and then we're going to be adding in 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a little baking soda, and just a little bit of sea salt to cut the sweetness because this is a very sweet cake. Once all of our dry ingredients are in there, we are just going to whisk everything together. Now, please definitely use a whisk when doing this and not a spoon, because the whisk will help make sure that everything is evenly distributed throughout the flour, and you can just rest assured that your cakes are going to come out more of an even bake rather than just, haphazardly mixing the cake together with a spoon. I learned after making so many cakes that a whisk is really just the way to go. I do love making my cakes by hand though, instead of using a stand mixer, just because I feel like it makes it approachable to everyone. Like, I personally don't own a stand mixer, and I don't feel like you need a stand mixer in order to make a fantastic cake. Now, if I were to get a stand mixer, I'm sure that I would use it all the time, but just know that you can make these recipes by hand or with a stand mixer. Both work. So we have our vegan eggnog right here, and I have the full eggnog recipe on the blog, so I'm going to link it down below here. This is basically just my eggnog cake. Entirely vegan, entirely egg-free, entirely dairy-free. It's wonderful, trust me. But we're adding in a 1.5 cups of the vegan eggnog here. You can also use store-bought, but just keep in mind that the flavor of this cake is going to be highly dependent on the eggnog that you use. I've had some people try this cake out and they didn't use a great eggnog, and it's really tricky to come up with a good dairy-free eggnog. I strongly recommend using my recipe for this because this is kind of like what this cake was made for. You can use store-bought. The one that I recommend for store-bought is Califia Farms. I find that it tastes the best. And then we're going to be adding in some unsweetened applesauce. And I forgot to mention, all of this stuff is room temperature. Please use room temperature ingredients. It takes a little bit of time to get there, but trust me guys, it is worth it. And then finally we're going to be adding in a 1/3 cup of oil. So I'm using olive oil here. You can also use coconut oil. If you want to make this oil free, which I personally don't recommend that you do, but if you do want to make it oil free, you can sub in a 1/3 cup of dairy-free yogurt, such as the cashew yogurt by Forager Project is really good, or you can use a coconut cream-based yogurt. Anyways, let's get to mixing this cake. We're just going to mix everything together. Ooh, I just spilled some flour out of, it's all on the black leggings. We love that. We love that. I'm in a functional mess. So we're just mixing this until it is a nice and smooth batter. You do want all the dry streaks out of there. Using a rubber spatula is definitely what I recommend. It's a lot easier to make this like a really consistent batter. Definitely on the thicker side of batter. So like, look right here, it kind of like slowly drops off the spatula. See? Functional mess. Right, fantastic. And because we are in the business of not using a bunch of bowls to make things, except we are going to be using a lot of bowls for the frosting. I'm just putting that out there. But because we want to make this a simple cake batter process, we are going to now put our batter into one of the cake pans. I'm using a 6-inch cake pan, lined and oiled with parchment paper and olive oil or coconut oil. I just did this before we started. So we're just going to put about 1/3 of the batter into one of these pans, and then we're going to be using blue food coloring, a vegan food coloring, to dye the rest of the batter so that we have like a blue layer. That's kind of what I wanted. I want like a wintry holiday cake, just in case not everyone celebrates Christmas, because not everyone does. I think the holiday cheer is for everyone. Anyways, let's get this into our cake pan. Now we're going to be using food coloring. So I'm testing out all these different vegan food colorings. Very hard to find, I will say. There's a British brand that I'm actually interested in trying next. Normally I use the Whole Foods 365 brand. That's a good brand, but I will say that some of the color does bake out, so it's like pretty hard to get like super vibrant colors. So I'm trying this new brand. I'm gonna link it down below. It's by Nomeka. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't really know how to pronounce it, but we're giving this a go. I tried to do some research on it and it looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm on this mission to find like a really good vegan food coloring. Just gonna add a few drops to start here. Always start with less and then add in more, because if you start with a lot, then there's no really fixing that. But so yeah, we're just going to mix. And now we're gonna divide into our other bowls. And now we are ready to put these into the oven. All right, so our cakes have been leveled and they are cooling right now. So now we are going to make the vegan buttercream. So I'm using 2 cups of vegan butter here. This is the Miyoko's, just regular. It's made with cashew nuts. They do have an oat milk brand that's really good. Also, Forager Project is also amazing for a vegan buttercream. But I've just let this come to room temperature, as I think I showed you guys in the vegan white chocolate cake. If you just indent your finger right here, like, you should easily be able to make an indent there. And that is then how you know that this is ready to go, time to make some vegan buttercream. Again, I'm using a hand mixer because we don't have a stand mixer, but you can use a stand mixer here if you'd like. All right, our vegan butter is in here and now we're just going to cream it all together. Alright, that was just a quick little creaming of the vegan butter, and now we're going to be adding in our powdered sugar in increments and get it nice and fluffy. I'm going to just clean that up real fast. Ooh, vegan butter on my shirt. Alright. You don't think that a small little hand mixer can make a ton of buttercream? Check this out. Basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to first frost our cake, and then we will separate half of the frosting for the food coloring, which I'm going to be using these vegan food colors again. So we'll do that, but first let's layer our cake and get that into the fridge to chill so then we can make more of our colors. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed this cake tutorial. If you want more of a close-up on the decorating sequence, definitely go check out my Instagram at @the_banana diaries, where I show you the full how-to. To make this cake, be sure to go check out the blog post at thebananadiaries.com. Everything is linked down below, so go check that out. And yeah, I just hope that you have a wonderful holiday and holiday season and that you get to eat all the delicious things and that you love this cake. Be sure to let me know how you like it down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback and anything that you want me to make next. I'm always down to try new things. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember that you are an incredible human being. You deserve to be here and I'm always rooting for you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.